What's good, everybody? So we have this video right here by now. Why War update is not meant to be overhyped but undervalued. I think this is trying to say why we should set our expectations for War updates. So we're gonna give this video like a little watch and see what we think. So let's just get into it, shall we?
As one of the biggest title in the gacha scenes right now, Wuthering Waves isn't just copying, as what people like to call it that. They're also improving, not just as a game but as a whole company. They've gone from doing what other games can't or won't do to delivering things that player never even knew they wanted before. But
there's a reason why the devs listened became a thing, right? There's a reason why devs listen is such a goddamn meme, because every what seems to be like basically every patch update there's a QOL that gets introduced that makes people happy and makes people's lives easier, like the recent Echo updates, right? I think most people or casual players still haven't fully utilized the new Echo like auto sorting feature even now and realize how like useful it could be for people. So yeah, the company's definitely giving us things that people don't even expect or know that they will be really useful to them just yet.
the thing is, no matter how good the game is or whatever it is, there will always be people ready to complain. This isn't enough, that isn't like other games, this and that are both a no-go. And honestly, that is one of the most annoying part about gacha space. And I'm not talking about the constructive criticism that helps the game to grow. I'm talking about those aimless complaints that have no point and no solution. In today's video, we're not gonna go in too deep about this, just a quick video about my short opinion to address some of wild online comments that I found. Because while scrolling through X, I came across—
Oh god. Oh, that's your first mistake. That's your first mistake. Looking at X, aka Twitter, for any kind of opinion worth anything. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that Twitter is not the place to go for opinions, man. It's just full of rage bait and like lewd imagery. We all know it. We all know it. Oh, let's see the reasonable discussion that's happening on X.com, aka Twitter.
one user's comment, which basically said, at this point, Wuthering Waves is not even improving anymore. Mid-story, boring events, they gotta step up their games.
Okay, well, this is just like blatant, like, rage bait. This is the most obvious rage bait I've seen in my entire life. Using Steam chart graphs to kind of show anything at all for Wua is so dumb, considering that most people don't even use Steam to play Wua in the first place. It's the most low-hanging fruit rage bait I have ever seen. We were only like launched on Steam like a couple of months ago. And everyone universally agrees that the story's just been like improving like overall. So like this is like the most obvious bait I've seen in my life. It's not even good bait. It's not even funny bait. It's not even it's just kind of annoying.
And this screenshot, I believe, was paired with a chart from SteamDB about Wuthering Waves. And other comments is, while I enjoyed the game, it feels like lacking of content, especially this version. I play other gacha too, so this is just disappointment. And here, we just basically have Wua just sucks, like nothing else.
They have a, is that an Albedo PFP with the McDonald's hat on? Bro, you already know these people have mental illness. The Albedo McDonald's PFP, bro, you could diagnose them on the spot. Like, you cannot take any of these people seriously. You just can't. Anyone with the McDonald's hat PFP, you're good. That's it.
I even spotted few more comments like this, but I won't bother to put them here because people have their own opinion, and because haters is—
yeah, their opinion could be wrong, especially because of Twitter. I'm joking. Everyone's opinion is equally valid, but if I do see it a Twitter opinion, the amount of like thought I'm gonna put into it is significantly less. Significantly.
Everywhere. If you know there's a drama about the 7 out of 10 content that got massive hate even in ZN community. As for these comments, I'm not sure what games they're comparing Wuthering Waves to. Maybe Genshin Impact, maybe Honkai Star Rails, I don't know. But one thing for certain—
I think the Albedo PFP. I think we know what he's comparing.
Wuthering Waves has been improving by a lot and faster than most of the gacha games out there. And I'm not even referring to the last big patch, I'm just talking about the 2.5 alone. Because as bad as people talking about this version, I believe that 2.5 clearly is not designed to be some grand carnival full of lore drops and massive updates outside of Prolova's main story quests, but this version is aimed squarely at improving the overall quality and experience of the game. And let's be real, Wuthering Waves has taken its listening culture way further than we expected, both in the good and the bad way. Take the character introduction for example. Before 2.5, the only way we learned about the new character was through the main story quests or a companion quest, which has their own weaknesses. The main
flashback to 1.0 and Yin Lin was only ever introduced to us through a companion quest and she was never involved in the main story like whatsoever. Oh god, that was such an L. Yeah, same for Zaza, bro. That was such an L. Like Zaza was in like 1.2, like kind of like a little bit, right? Like a little bit, but oh my god, oh Jesus.
Story quest often focuses on building world conflict and lore, which mean the featured characters doesn't always get their full background story explored, while the companion quests on the other hand are often treated like extra credit. Some players skip them entirely and some, well, they just play them while their brain is AFK. Well, I
give that meme a 7 out of 10 personally. That's a 7 out of 10 joke. Yeah, that was great.
0.5 Wuthering Waves introduced a new approach, the new Overture quest, a smaller narrative quest with a Raiden style gameplay twist, if you know.
Is this available yet? I thought this wasn't available yet. Am I crazy?
This first one will be focused on Augusta's backstory, showing how she rose to become the Alpha. And why I said this is a good thing, because it was introduced in a slower patch. Players had the breathing room to actually focus on this one without being distracted by 10 other urgent events. And honestly, I think this is one of the smartest ways Wuthering Waves has introduced for a character yet. And
I mean, I don't know if we could like say this confidently when we haven't experienced it yet. That's my thing. Like, it's not even out yet. We don't know if this is a good way to introduce a character, considering it's not out. So this is kind of like hoping like maybe this will be a good way to do it, but we haven't found out yet. So we'll see. I've always been, that was kind of one of my criticisms looking at some of the events that are lined up when it comes to these characters. Like I would rather like be introduced to the characters in the game and interact with them in some way rather than like read some like lore or something like through an event. I don't know, that's just me personally, but I'm interested to see how well this will work or not. Like if it ends up being good, then I like to be proven wrong, right? I would love to be proven wrong, but I like being like interacting with the characters in the world personally.
And the success of 2.5 main story quest proves it, as how Prolova's story quest really takes players' attention and suddenly turned the community into a giant roundtable discussion. Because of what? Because the lack of content that we have in this version, so we can focus on the main story quest.
I don't think the lack of events resulted in people talking more about Prolova. I think that would have happened regardless, because it's not like events in WoW are like this overbearing thing that takes away from main story discussion. Everyone still talks about the main story regardless of the events that go on. So I think it's just, that is just a sign of WoW and the writing team just making a good story for people to talk about. An actual ambiguous story that has like nuance to it. There's no like, it's morally gray and there's no good or bad, and it left room for discussion, not because of boredom, but I think because of good writing. That's what I'd say.
But before we dive even deeper, if you made it this far and if you've been enjoying my videos lately, or maybe you just stumble across this one, please consider subscribing. It really helps me making more content like this, and smash that like button if you're vibing with it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. But aside from that, my only concern and complaint maybe of how Wuthering Waves teases future character is with none other than the Wuthering Waves. I bet you already know about this, but I think they took it way too far by introducing the token for that future character way too early from my point of view.
Yeah, everyone agrees with this. The new Weewa sucks. That's it. It's just like an L. This new Weewa is just a massive goddamn L, and everyone knows it.
Because what is this?
And
Who can use this?
they fuck it up. They fuck it up so often. It feels like every other patch or every other Weewa that gets released, there is a problem. The devs have to go, oopsie, my bad. Like how long does it have to be bad for us to realize do they actually make a mistake, or are they just testing how much they can get away with?
You can already guess that Augusta will focus on heavy attacks, but honestly, that playstyle doesn't suit most of characters in the game right now. Sure, Kalkaro can use it, but
no one's using Kalkaro. No one's using Sephiroth, man. No one.
Be real, most people won't use him in 2.5. While it's cool that it gives us a sneak peek at her gameplay mechanism, it also makes the content a lot harder to clear for some players. You can see on YouTube X, people are complaining about this reset. And personally, I think it would have been much better if those specific buffs was released alongside with that specific character instead.
Also, Kakaro's just not good for Weewa. It's not like he has a crazy amount of AoE in his kit or anything. He's difficult to use. He's really hard to use in Weewa anyway.
Especially the challenge reset monthly anyway. And another example for this improvement in 2.5 is the ecosystem. If you remember, back in the day, Wuthering Waves has a lot of issues, and echoes were high on that list. They were hard to obtain, you often had no clue where to find them, especially the cost 1 and cost 3. And the number of echoes needed for a single set effect was a bit ridiculous compared to other games. Just take a look at this Reddit thread from a year ago as a proof. But with the release of 2.5, the so-called filler patch with no big flashy content, Wuthering Waves quietly fixed this issue, and they fixed it by a lot. Before, your only option to farm echoes were go into a domain, spend your wave plates, and pray you didn't get the wrong type of echo.
Well, you could overworld farm them, or yeah, you could run the Tacit fields. everyone just dumps their wave plates into Tacit fields. No one gives a fuck about overworld farming anymore. I don't overworld farm. I don't know a single person that like regularly overworld farms anymore. No one.
Or explore the world, cross your fingers, and hope the enemies you find drop the exact echo that you need. Now, in 2.5, after Prologue has arrived as well, we've got the Nightmare Nest. And I personally think this is one of the best updates for echoes yet.
I like it. As very much a casual tourist perspective, I like it. You could do it once a day. You can guarantee all those like 3 costs or whatever, that 1 cost that you kind of need. And it makes it quicker. Is it as quick as like farming it in like... the issue it has is you can only do it once a day. But most casual people are not going to farm more than what, like 10 of those in a day anyway. You know what I mean? So I think it's like a good balance. It's a good balance. If you could do it quickly and easy, it feels like a sweep in a way. It feels like kind of like a sweep mechanic. You could just get it out of the way once a day. I think for most casual people, it's like fine and actually very welcomed. That's what I think. For the casual audience, I think it's a welcomed like addition.
Why?
It's a good addition with poor execution. Yeah, I think the people who would like to farm more obviously are at a disadvantage, right? But for like the casual, it's like a good thing. So it's one of those things, right? Like you say, like I agree with you, DNK. Good addition with the poor execution. It needs like tweaking and some like additional things added to it. But out the bat, it's like I feel like it's a welcome. At least most people think it's a welcome change.
It lets you farm the latest echoes for the newest character without relying on the gacha system. You're guaranteed to get the dream of the lost echoes. And the best of all, with more and more characters coming, each of them will need heavy investment in EXP, material, weapon ascension material, and stuff.
And not forgetting, Wuwa pushes out characters really, really regularly. Like, we have like 2 characters per patch most of the time. It feels like that is a lot, and their weapons are basically like, hey, we're going into this era of Wuthering Waves where not only do you want characters, but their SIGs are becoming more and more important for them. So there's 2 things to level, and there's a lot more characters. So characters and their weapons, more things to be pulling for. Damn, it's becoming expensive to build. It's really becoming expensive to build characters, and even more so than like in like the 1.0 era, right? That is something to note. And a lot of us end up in the mines trying to like farm for these characters.
But the Nightmare Nest, it's a massive W because you can farm it without spending a single wave plate. So we can focus on farming other material for future characters. Moreover, with the 3 set types, we can mix and match them with the other sets to boost the character's damage. If these trends continue in the next or future updates, I think it will be a great thing. The only downside to this Woo Us Echoes is every time a new character got released, we have to grind for yet another new Echoes every time. There are already tons of echoes in the game, but many new characters don't even use the older ones. This leaves them piling up in our inventory, but we were too scared to discard them because we don't know if the system will keep going this way or not. The 3 set idea is good, but hopefully there will be a new way to make those old sets useful again. But as I said in this video, we're not gonna go in too deep for that, just to address this one. So I think these comments
I think it's 07. I do. I think it may be a case we'll have more of like the 3 echo sets, or maybe even some 2 set echoes. Not 2 set echoes. Yeah, some 3 set echoes. And you could utilize like kind of what we have with Fallover. Like a lot of people are using the old Havoc set along with the new set. So there's probably going to be some of that happening at some point to kind of like see and make it easier on people to like farm stuff. But I think overall we're still gonna be seeing more sets. It's just the way it's been. Every update or patch there is a echo set that complements the character that's coming out. It's just been happening every single time basically.
Just came from
like for example, a lot of characters that have come out in 2.0, who uses Moonlit on them? Apart from like Peeb you could get away with, it's like every character has their own dedicated set at this point, and that's kind of how it is.
Haters
Rosie
or simply a tourist who just tried the game once.
The one of 2 characters that I don't have in the game.
And expect Kuro to drop a banger.
No one, maybe Rosie. Yeah, because like there are a lot of characters in like 1.0 that you could like put like Moonlit on. I guess I'm thinking more of 4 stars, but yeah.
Every single update. Remember,
Moonlit is a bad example. Everyone can use it technically. Sure.
A good update doesn't always revolve around or reveals or flashy events. Sometimes small improvement and critical adjustment can be as much of a banger for the game. At the end of the day, we cannot please everyone all at once. But for you personally, do you think 2.5 is a great update to the game? Let us know in the comment section. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.
All right, interesting video. I think people, it's okay for people to feel that this patch is like a little bit long and boring, because let's be real, the events aren't particularly anything, right? It has a good MSQ, but we're going to be here for like 3 weeks or whatever, 2-3 weeks until we have like another like story or like big patch update. It is what it is. Do you know what I suggest? Go play other games. Go play other video games. Go have fun. Go do something else. It will probably be good for you. It will probably be good for you. So I appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm live every single day on Twitch and Kick. You can see in the pinned comment down below. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to subscribe to gain 3 inches on your PP. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Twitch.tv/Captain Cabinetz, Captain Cabinetz.